What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a video that I never thought I ever have to make. This is now the biggest scandal I think in English football history because further videos and allegations came out against David Coote and this is very serious, and now the PGMOL is in big trouble and all the English referees are in big trouble because David Coote is showing to be apparently snorting some kind of white powder one day after the Euro 2024 quarter-final where he was, I think, referee or VAR referee, and this was published by an English newspaper which I won't name for obvious reasons because of the allegations that they made against Liverpool fans after the Hillsborough tragedy. But this is now a very serious criminal case, and this could be the mafia, the betting mafia involved, because they could be blackmailing David Coote by using these videos for years before these videos came out. And now it looks like David Coote in his spare time was recording himself doing hard drugs and sending it to friends, mates, all kinds of people. And this is now just the tip of the iceberg, I think, because more and more videos will come out about David Coote, because it looks like he frequently did this in his spare time. Because this new video of him snorting some kind of white powder, some kind of hard drug, I'm not familiar with them, I've never done drugs in my life, so I don't know what kind of substance he's taking, but this video was made like 4 years after the original video was made, and this video was taken by David Coote himself in a hotel paid by UEFA one day after he was working as a referee or VAR referee in the quarterfinals of the Euro 2024 tournament. And the PGMOL is now in very serious trouble, and a lot of referees and a lot of pundits who defended David Coote yesterday, and we will talk about them today as well in this video. We will talk about Gary Neville defending David Coote. Now those comments aged like milk. And the PGMOL released a statement about these new allegations. And I think now David Coote's entire career is absolutely finished. He won't be able to even referee in Saudi Arabia. But to be honest, I don't really feel sorry for him on a professional level, because you cannot do this if you want to be a professional referee. Absolutely no chance. On a personal level, it's clear that he has some really serious like depression or mental issues, and he uses these things to escape or to cope with something serious going on in his life. So he needs serious help, psychological help and professional help, and the PGMOL will provide him with that help as well. But now it looks like there is one or many people who either have some serious dirt on David Coote and they want to take him down forever, or David Coote sent these videos to all kinds of people and now they are comfortable coming up forward with those videos. So what do you think about all these? Let me know in the comments below. Leave a like on this video, share it with your mates in your group chats if you think they would be interested in this story. And the PGMOL spokesperson said, we are aware of the allegations and we are taking them very seriously. David Coote remains suspended pending a full investigation. David's welfare is of utmost importance to us, so we are committed to providing him with the support he needs through this period. And the Daily Mail and loads of other news outlets now, of course, picked up this story yesterday evening that David Coote was snorting a kind of a white powder in his hotel room, which UEFA paid for, by the way. And also, this friend of David Coote who sent this video in to this newspaper, he claimed that David Coote made disparaging remarks about Everton as well, including calling Goodison Park the worst place to officiate due to fans shouting abuse so close to the pitch. I mean, he hates Liverpool as a city, doesn't he? He called Liverpool shit. He now says Everton are awful, the fans are awful. He said Jurgen Klopp is a C-word and the German C-word, which I think was a lot worse. And by the way, Gary Neville and other pundits didn't call out David Coote for using xenophobic remarks towards Jurgen Klopp And it's especially bad now that England have a German manager, Thomas Tuchel. So David Coote calling Jurgen Klopp a German see you next Tuesday, a German C-word, it's especially a bad look. Not just because of Thomas Tuchel, but because it's a xenophobic remark. And this friend, who also, sent this video in, I mean, what kind of friend does this? But I'm sure that there is something very sinister in the background, which we will talk about in this video, what that could be. So this friend also alleged that David Coote labeled Liverpool defender Andy Robertson a Scottish prick, or I'm not sure it's crossed out, but also in video chats that Liverpool would not win the Premier League this season. And we know what he said in the first video. Of course, David Coote should be sacked just for putting himself in this situation in the first place, that he's taking videos of him saying these things, doing hard drugs, and I mean, she shouldn't be allowed to referee a game again in any professional capacity. Someone who is that fucking thick, that dumb. It's absolutely no acceptable reason whatsoever. I'm sorry for swearing, I apologize. The Premier League is an optics business. PR is everything in the Premier League, and that is a terrible look for the Premier League as a whole. So you might wonder who wants to take down the Premier League and damage their reputation. It could be Manchester City and the people behind Manchester City who want the Premier League to be in as much trouble as possible because of the independent commission, in the process of maybe finding Manchester City guilty. Of course, this is conspiracy theory stuff, but we need to talk about this because a lot of football fans are talking about this in many various forums. The big question is, could this be a betting syndicate, blackmailing David Coote previously, and maybe David Coote stopped paying them, or he stopped fixing matches for this betting syndicate, and now they are releasing the dirt on David Coote in retaliation. There are a lot of different scenarios that could be going on, because how much money changes hands on a Premier League weekend from just betting? It's billions of pounds. The whole betting industry works because people trust that the games aren't rigged. David Coote has really messed that up. He has shown there is at least one referee who has been operating for years with material out there about him which can be used for blackmail very easily. I'm not saying he was blackmailed 100% because we don't know that, but he put himself in a situation where he absolutely could have been. He could have been blackmailed for years by any betting syndicate, any betting crime organization or betting mafia, that they would release these videos if David Coote doesn't fix certain matches for them. And this is a very serious problem for the PGMOL and for the Premier League itself as well. Because if trust is gone that the games are legit, and if trust is gone that the referees are unbiased and they can be trusted, then the whole Premier League's integrity is questioned. The PGMOL's integrity is already down in the dumps, down in the gutter, absolutely at the lowest point possible. And I mean, Howard Webb must be absolutely sweating his balls off in his office, seeing all these videos come out about one of his senior referees. And Howard Webb just a few days ago defended David Coote for his decision on, in the West Ham Manchester United game. So you might have to wonder, who is doing this to David Coote and what is their motive? What was happening before these videos came out that made that person or that organization do this? Because someone sat on that first video for 4 years and hasn't released it. Someone has sat on the previous video for almost a year, the Snorting white powder video. And he hasn't released it, or they haven't released it before, the last few days. So why now? What happened? What did David Coote do, or what didn't he do that made these people release these videos? You have to ask these questions. So a fan said, wouldn't surprise me if they have been bribing David Coote for cash, and David Coote has stopped, fixing matches, or he has stopped paying them, and now these videos were released. Another interpretation is, after the first video came out, all the other people who had these dirty videos on David Coote, they felt comfortable releasing those videos because they weren't the ones to destroy David Coote's career. Because David Coote's career was pretty much already destroyed after the first video released. The big question is on a lot of football fans' minds, and that's why I'm talking about this: was David Coote blackmailed? And if yes, by who? Or by which people? Another, fan who is an Arsenal fan says it could be Abu Dhabi and Manchester City trying to, not just deflect attention away from, the 115, the independent commission, but they might want to just burn the whole thing down, burn the Premier League down, burn PGMOL down, because they are about to be found guilty by the independent commission. And the question needs to be asked, definitely, and a proper, serious and independent investigation needs to be done properly. Now probably the police or maybe the British Secret Service or some kind of serious police investigation needs to be happening, because you can't just let the PGMOL do their own investigation, because they are always biased towards referees and they always want to protect the referees as much. But the things that David Coote has done and the things that have come out now about David Coote, it's absolutely undefendable. Nobody in their right mind would now stick up for David Coote, and that's why it's a really bad look that Mike Dean and Gary Neville and the former referees and football pundits have defended David Coote before. For Manchester City and the United Arab Emirates, it's clear from the evidence in the public domain about, them breaking the rules, that they are prepared to commit serious crimes, criminal acts, as if they are a matter of business as usual. That's how they act in their own country. Why would they act otherwise in other countries? All to gain a competitive advantage. So it's not unreasonable to believe that Manchester City and Abu Dhabi have committed other criminal acts too. The big question is, are they involved in this case? That's what a lot of people are asking. People asking, how could David Coote be so stupid to say what he said on camera and to record himself doing hard drugs? These people must not realize that him and his referee friends are all so dumb, so stupid, that they let people take pictures of them. By the way, these guys are married with wives and kids. They had wedding rings on their fingers, and they will let people take pictures of them with a load of Indonesian hookers while they were probably on international duty or maybe on a boys' holiday, but they were away from their wives, and these pictures were now on the internet. And these referees are, the first one is David Coote, and behind him it's I think Andre Mariner and also Kevin Friend and Martin Atkinson. No, Andre Mariner on the right, Kevin Friend is behind David Coote, and Martin Atkinson is the referee who is with two hookers, not just one. I'm sorry guys for having to talk about this, but this rabbit hole is so deep. We are getting deeper and deeper, and it looks like these dirty things that we find out about Premier League referees are never ending. I'm laughing because you have to laugh. It's just so ridiculous, so out of touch, and so out of anything that you would expect to come out about the Premier League and the Premier League referees. It's absolutely blowing my mind. And there were huge scandals in previous years. The Calciopoli scandal with Italian referees, the Spanish refereeing scandal with Barcelona bribing the head of the Spanish refereeing organization. Now we have a major scandal in England with referees as well. So you have to ask, how many referees are being blackmailed with stuff like this? How many referees are actually dumb enough to take pictures and videos like this? Probably a few of them are dumb enough, because they are not the smartest. They are not the sharpest knives in the kitchen, as they say. I think that's how the saying goes. I'm not English, so excuse me if I say it wrong, but they are not the sharpest knives in the kitchen. So imagine how many referees have photos and videos that could jeopardize their whole careers and that could be blackmail worthy. It's absolutely crazy. And I don't even want to mention it, but I just think it's worth a mention that there was a Twitter thread which was now deleted, or a thread on X, which now got deleted, with photos and videos, evidence of direct messages, personal messages on WhatsApp and Instagram with allegations against David Coote, who allegedly groomed a aspiring referee. So groomed a kid who wanted to be a referee, who looked up to David Coote, and he groomed him from when he was 15 until he turned 18 years old. I can't verify whether these images, and I don't really want to show the images because I can't verify if they are legit, if they are doctored. So I also want to talk about Gary Neville defending David Coote. He said, I don't feel like he should lose his career and lose everything he has worked his entire life for. I don't feel he has crossed that line. That line I feel he would have crossed if he said, I'm not going to give Liverpool another decision again. Gary Neville, this comment aged like milk. Oh my goodness. So he didn't cross that line. Gary Neville said this. Of course, this was said before it came out that David Coote is doing lines of white powder in his hotel room at the Euros while being a referee at the Euros. One part, I find it very funny that he said this exact line. On the other hand, you know, Gary Neville, how could you defend David Coote even before that white powder video came out? How can you defend him when he said German C word? So he was xenophobic, and Gary Neville said he has called Jurgen Klopp the C word, which is obviously an aggressive word, but I didn't see anything within his words that he had influenced Liverpool in the wrong way or was trying to do Liverpool over. He said Liverpool is shit. And his friend said, we hate Scousers and we hate Liverpool people. So how can you say this, Gary Neville, with a straight face? I will tell you why he's saying this. Because he is in the pocket of the PGMOL. He's working for Sky Sports, and Sky Sports are basically in allegiance with the PGMOL. So he will defend the referees to the hilt. But I think that after this video came out about David Coote snorting hard drugs, I don't think even Gary Neville will defend David Coote. But let's wait and see. That's it for this video today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.